What's going on, everybody? This is the official announcement that my roster is now, for the first time ever, available on PlayStation 4. Excited to officially welcome the PlayStation community, the PlayStation people, to the roster and my channel. So you can find it on PlayStation 4. It's called REAL2018. The username is TFGFootball. And I'm not going to dive into the details of the roster because I've done that before. There's other videos, but just a little bit. If you are new to the roster, this is the most realistic and immersive option there for your franchise modes, much more so than EA's ratings that I think we all know have quite a few flaws. And I got videos about those too. But my ratings, they come from a combination of an unhealthy amount of film that I've watched. It's a big part of it, but also the resources I have personally with Pro Football Focus as an analyst there, the information that we can get from Pro Football Focus, which is a ton of film-based stuff, great ratings there, and EA uses some of that stuff, but honestly, I think there's a lot of times where they don't know what they're looking at and how to implement that. One example would be like tight end run blocking. You know, a guy might have 400 run blocking snaps and actually not grade out well because the team might be asking him to do a lot. It's hard to consistently run block, but if a team's asking him to do that, they're actually probably a pretty good run blocker. EA has certain guys with like 54 run block who are run block oriented tight ends. So things like that. Those tight ends would have probably high 60s to low 70s run block on my ratings, and I could go on with stuff like that for a long time. It's all in the combination of my videos. Anyway, I digress here. So the ratings are better, in my opinion. Call me biased, but I think a lot of people would back me up on that. Obviously, there's different opinions on some stuff, but overall, you're going to see a much more realistic snapshot of the entire league. It's going to be harder to team build. Stars are actually going to separate themselves. You know, your Antonio Browns and Michael Crabtrees, they're not separated by about 9 overall anymore. It's a much bigger gap. So both in the market and in the way they play, they're going to feel much better, more realistic. You won't be able to just dip into free agency and pick up a full team of quality starters. That's ridiculous. So depth really matters now, especially when you deal with injuries. Just like real life, we see the healthy teams are often the ones that go all the way. So that's just a few points, the big points there on this roster and why you should use it over the one that EA offers us in the vanilla game. If you want more in-depth discussion on these rosters, I'll link some videos here at the end. And of course, this roster does have all the free agent moves as up-to-date as I can possibly do them. It's going to be perhaps a little bit slower now dealing with 2 consoles. And I will, of course, be adding the 2018 rookies as soon as I can do that after the draft. No point in doing it beforehand when we have no idea what team these guys are going to be on. But before I head out, one thing, and I know I've been doing a little bit more plugging, some uncharacteristically high amounts of plugging on this channel, but I want to bring to attention the fact that this roster between the PS4 now and Xbox has taken me probably well over 100 hours in the last 2 weeks or so. Haven't got a ton of sleep. We're talking about editing over 6,000, well, maybe not 6,000, about 5,000 to 6,000 players here. And it's going to require more maintenance as transactions keep coming and rookies need creating. So with that said, if you are in a position to support my work, maybe you view this roster as a DLC from EA. That would be a great way to look at it. It would really help me out. Head to my Patreon. That's patreon.com/thatfranchiseguy. Any amount of money, really, guys. Doesn't really matter. And it's not just the compensation. That's why I say any amount. You know, it really shows me that you guys care about the things I do here with this channel, and it encourages me so much more to make bigger and better content in larger doses. The more time and resources that I'm able to commit to this channel, the more and more it becomes more financially reasonable to do that. And if you don't want to do the Patreon thing, but you do want to show your support, I have linked my PayPal in the description. Again, any amount, but I will say $10 or more through PayPal, and I will personally send you access to my 2018 NFL Draft Board, where you can find my evaluations on every prospect in this class that you'll want to know about. That's over 400 players. So that's it. I truly appreciate the support, guys. Enjoy the roster, guys. That's the biggest thing here. Have fun playing your franchise modes, as I will, hopefully when I get some time here. Cheers, everyone. See you next time.